Continuing with section 1.6, let's do classroom example 5. And we're going to evaluate an expression, substituting everywhere we see an x. We're not going to put x, we're going to substitute a 1. And everywhere we see a y, we're not going to put y, we're going to substitute -4. So we have 1 minus -4, that's my numerator, over 14 plus, I'm not going to put x, I'm going to put 1. All right, so here's our negative of a negative. Do you remember what we did with that? Negative of a negative becomes a positive over, and 14 plus 1, we can just make that 15. 1 plus 4 is 5 over 15. And we would want to reduce by 5. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 15 3 times. So this expression, when x is 1 and y is -4, would equal 1/3. All right, everywhere we see an x, we're not going to put x, we're going to put 1. And since it's being raised to a power, I'm going to put the parens in there to make sure I don't make a sign error. And then let's put our minus, and instead of y, put -4. Okay, so exponents first. 1 times 1 is 1. And what do we do with a negative and a negative? That becomes positive. And so 1 plus 4 is 5. So in section 1.6 now, you're going to try on your own practice 6. All right, let's look at classroom example 6. Here's a word problem or an application. At 6 p.m., so at night, at 6 p.m., the temperature was positive 14. But by the morning, the temperature had dropped to -23. Find the overall change or the overall difference. A change is a difference. Find the overall difference in the temperature. Okay, so in other words, what's the difference in the temperature? We started at 14. Difference means subtraction. Find the change, find the difference. That means subtraction. 14 minus, it went from 14 to -23. That negative is that negative to 23 degrees below 0. All right, so here's our negative of a negative again, so that's going to become a positive. And what is 14 plus 23? I'll do that on the side just because you can't use a calculator just yet. 4 plus 3 is 7, 1 plus 2 is 3. That is a 37-degree change. So what we would say is it dropped 37 degrees or decreased. There are different ways to say it, but it's a 37-degree change, but it didn't increase by 37 degrees. It dropped 37 degrees. 37-degree decrease. All right, so now you're going to try practice 7 on your own. Now we're going to talk about angles. Angles also have degree measures. A temperature has degree measure. Angles can have degree measure. And if you remember your geometry, supplements add to 180 degrees. So two angles are supplements of each other if when you add them, they add up to 180 degrees. in geometry, complements add up to 90 degrees. So those are definitions you'll just need to know if you didn't know them before. So let's find the supplement of 78. In other words, 78 plus some number is going to equal 180. Or 180 minus 78. What two numbers added together are going to give you 180? All right, so what is 180 minus 78? We'll do it on the side. 0 cannot minus 8. We'll make that a 7 and borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2. 7 minus 7 is 0. And don't forget to bring down the 1. A 102 degree angle is the supplement to a 78 degree angle. Complement means the two angles will add up to 90. So to find the complement of 81, we're going to do 90 minus 81, which is a 9 degree angle. The complement to an 81 degree angle is a 9 degree angle. 78 plus 102 equals 180. 81 plus 9 equals 90. So you're going to go ahead and try practice 8 on your own. And so what have we covered in section 1.6? We've done subtraction of real numbers, basically same sign, add and keep the sign, opposite sign, subtract and keep the sign of the greater. We've evaluated algebraic expressions using real numbers. We've done a word problem or an application that required subtraction. And we learned how to use the complement and the supplement.